Stories rise softly from memory's hill. These are the letters we carry inside. Stories of love, loss, and pride. Welcome, my friend, to Porch Light Letters.
Hey, kia ora, Helen Brums here, coming to you live from Waikanae Beach, a very wet Waikanae Beach in New Zealand. Welcome to Porch Light Letters podcast number 2445. Yes, we are getting drenched today. There is a cyclone that has hit New Zealand. The eye, as far as I know, is still off the coast of New Zealand, up in Northland, up the top end of the North Island. But we and those in America, you probably don't know what cyclones are. Hurricanes are what you get in the Atlantic. In the Pacific, you get cyclones. Basically the same thing. They've got that eye, they've got the swirling thing. All of those legs are I just saw the updates of the pictures. The eye is still off the coast of New Zealand, up in Northland, but everywhere else is getting hammered with winds and rain. I was just stuck my head out the door a few minutes ago, and it's a little wind. It's a heavy breeze. It's not quite a wind, it's a breeze. But the rain has been pouring down since like about 9:30 this morning. And it hasn't stopped. It's just been coming down. And the wind has been picking up a little bit. We're under high wind warnings for this evening into early morning tomorrow. So we'll see if those winds pick up or if they don't. But yeah, so just hoping and praying for for family members that I have that live up north who are in some of the red alert areas. We do have some of those on at the moment. We're in, I think, yellow. There's red, orange, and yellow, and we're at the lowest one right now. So we'll see what happens. And I apologize again. I was late today. I tell you, I was up at 2:00 this morning to get online by 3:00 for our mastermind group. And it was a very, very heady session. So lots of thinking required, lots of digging into past, lots of looking forwards. It was a really, really good session, but it was really heady. And then I had a 45-minute break before I got on to my weekly meeting with my business partner, and we did our weekly meeting. And then after that, it was go and get some, well, actually, no, by that time I had breakfast in between that 45-minute gap, and then went and had lunch after that, after the meeting, and kind of fell asleep a little bit. My body clock is so out of whack right now. But the cool part is that the interesting part with podcasts coming up. So I'm going to be on a cruise ship. I go on a cruise ship on Friday. I have never done a live from a cruise ship before. I have not been on a cruise ship since December of 2018, which is before I started doing the daily podcasts. I started those on the 1st of August 2019. So yes, we are coming up on 7 years. On August 1st will be the beginning of year 8. And in that time, I have not been on a cruise ship and done a live. So it is going to be a very interesting exercise. And I honestly don't know what time of the day I will be going live, because on our at sea days, we are in sessions, and then our dinner, we have set dining time at 5:00. And so, of course, by 6:00, which is my normal broadcasting time, we'll still be eating dinner. Yes. So I'm probably going to try and do them before dinner, so like around 4, but I don't know. It's going to depend on the day. And we're going to kind of put the questions on hold while we're on the cruise, so we can bring you on the cruise with us. So there may be little lives throughout the day, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. So Friday we'll be on a cruise ship, and that's going to be when my first podcast is going to be done at sea, or it may still be in shore. We may still be on, depending on what. I think we leave at 4:00, and then we've got dinner at 5. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the day goes, to how I can put the podcast together. It could be in the evenings after that, sometime late in the evening. So I will keep you posted. I'm going to try and keep it around. Well, I can't really keep it around the same time, because we'll be at dinner. We might be moving it to 7. I don't know. It depends on what we're doing, what activities and stuff we're doing. What is that red? Oh, it's my paper. It's like, what's that red thing here? It's my room of paper. I got a new printer. I've been in New Zealand now 4 months. Been here, I was December, January, February, March. Yeah, been here 4 months now, and I finally got a printer. Been in this house 3 months, and I finally got a printer. Yay, because I had to print out all my travel stuff. So, but anyway, yes, we will keep you updated. I will be on whenever I can be on. I can't give you a set time because I don't know. But when I'm on the cruise ship, when I can get a chance to get away and do a quick live with you guys, then I'll do that. But today, back to our question. We're doing questions today. When I'm on the cruise, we're suspending the questions, maybe. And we might even be bringing on some guests to talk with you. I have all sorts of ideas about the cruise because it started off as our mastermind cruise, and then it's turned into an investors cruise. So it's part mastermind, part investors. So it's going to be a very interesting cruise. We've got some amazing people coming on board the ship, and we've got some really cool speakers that are there. So we might see if we can get a few interviews, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so tonight we are talking about how do I turn interviews into written stories. This is a really good question because you're capturing all of these stories orally on phones, on digital record. Actually, I found my digital recorder the other day. Where did I put it? Somewhere where I wouldn't lose it, and now I can't remember where I put it. Huh. But then I had to shift my desk around. I changed everything on my desk last night so I could get my printer set up. So it's probably in one of those areas where I dump stuff while it might be down there. But yeah, so what do you do with these recordings, whether they're videos, whether they're stuff you've recorded on your phones, whether you've used a digital recorder or a separate video camera, whatever it is, how do we get it? Take that and that. So interviews capture voice, writing shapes meaning. So we start with our transcription or notes. Having a written version makes it easier to organize ideas. Transcripts allow you to identify themes and structure. Written text creates clarity. So you can take that interview that you've had with your great-grandmother or your grandmother or your grandfather, great-grandfather, great-uncles, the older generation, and you can run it through things like Cast Magic, to have it pull the transcript out of there for you. And I only recommend Cast Magic because it's the only one I've ever used for doing transcriptions. And then pull that out of there, and then you've got all the text written there. Now you can organize what's in there, because sometimes when you're interviewing, it won't be methodical. It won't be it'll be as the person remembers it, and they may get sidetracked and go over here, or they might decide we're going to go over here with this story. Oh, let's go down this rabbit hole over this way. So you don't know where the interview is going to take you. You might have a couple of 2 or 3 key questions to get started, and we'll see where it goes. So by having the transcription, you can now organize the ideas that are in the interview, or the stories that are in the interview. You can say, oh, well, this story belongs over here. This one is different to that one, so we need to put that one over here. And you can start organizing them into more of a logical sense. You may want to do them in a timeline. So you look for that too. Identify key themes or storylines. Look for patterns such as migration, work, or relationships. Themes help shape the narrative. They give direction to the story. So if they may be talking about their occupation over here, then the next story they might be talking about their immigration, the time that they were on a ship coming out to New Zealand or wherever they were going. Most of my people were here late 1800s, so that was over 100 years ago. So I probably won't have those stories, but I can have people where the stories have been handed down to them. Work, relationships, whatever it is, hobbies, interests, and they will help you shape the narrative, and they give the story direction. Because when you end up writing the story out, it's not just going to be one particular story. There's going to be several from the interviews that you have done. You're going to blend quotes with narrative. So including direct quotes preserves voice and authenticity. Combining them with explanation adds clarity, and balance creates engaging storytelling. And I tell you, I love telling stories. And that was one of the things that I clicked onto today during our mastermind, is that a lot of people were telling you got to tell your story, and I'm like, I've been saying this for years, tell your story. So it's kind of cool to see other people confirming that, and they're all in different businesses to me. Edit for clarity and flow. Spoken language often needs refinement for readability. Editing removes repetition and improves structure. Clarity strengthens impact. So going through and editing to make it clearer, but not change the story. You got to remember that. Preserve the voice while improving the structure. Keep the personality of the speaker intact. Avoid over editing to the point where the voice is lost. Authenticity matters. You have to keep their voice. If they give you the story, write their story out completely if you want to, and then turn around and put a thing at the bottom that may provide the clarification. Or maybe you might decide that through their script you're going to stop and put an explanation. Think of a novel where they have the person speaks, there might be a bit of explanation, and then the next person speaks. You'll figure it out. It's how you want to preserve the story. So why does all this matter? Writing transforms interviews into lasting stories, and that's what we want. And your practical takeaway: use transcripts and themes to shape your narrative. And if you want assistance with writing your stories, scan the QR code in the upper right corner here and set up a 30-minute discovery call with us. And in closing, voice becomes legacy when shaped into a story. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hei konara.
The stories we carry stay bright through the night, a small steady glow in the fading light. Stories of love, loss, and pride we share until we meet again. Keep the porch light burning.